A ghost in my head told me you'd need help getting into the old doll mine? I'm into it. One sec. Cardio live! So, how's my ass look from back there?
Hey yo guys and girls, welcome back to another video. In this video we are back at it again with another Distressions, and if you don't know what Distressions are, it's my first impressions on a game, whether I think it's good or not. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've been waiting since 2013 for Borderlands 3, just as long as I've waited for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I've gotta say, I've spent many hours grinding the loot in Borderlands 2, and that game itself made me such a huge Borderlands fan. I didn't really like 1 all that well, but Borderlands 2 really made me like the Borderlands series and really appreciate the looter shooter genre. I've tried to get into other looter shooters like Destiny, but I never could. And Borderlands 3 comes back here and just slaps them all in the face and is like, here you go, this is how you do it. Because in my honest opinion, nothing can really be compared to Borderlands in a looter shooter genre. They all sort of have their quirks, if you know what I mean. And this isn't to say Borderlands is the most perfectest genre to do looter shooters. No, it's the genre that started it and it's just good at doing it, is all I'm saying, and I like the style that they do it in. So enough about my backstory on the Borderlands series, let's actually take a deep dive into Borderlands 3. No Gunzerker, no Grog Nozzle, and no Unkept Herald. This is a bad game, do not buy it. 0 out of 10. I'm joking. Now, there are some performance issues, however, like laggy menus, random freezing maybe when trying to load something, I don't know, it's really strange. Floors not being there, like I literally fell through a floor, which is something really weird. I think I've experienced this in Borderlands 2 at one point, but I can't recall. And just glitchy AI as well. I had the AI just randomly freeze, which really sucked. I hope these issues get panned out as soon as possible on the Xbox version. I heard on PC no one can actually access the game if they're running the latest DirectX software, which is really strange, but I digress. Hopefully it's fixed soon. But now let's just talk about the pros. Oh, this is probably the best Borderlands game in existence. Like, I'm actually surprised how well the story was done, which I already played through the story even though it's supposed to be our first impressions. Well, let's face it, the first playthrough of any Borderlands game is your first impressions of it. So maybe treat this as sort of like, I guess, a review overall on the first playthrough. I don't know. Honestly though, this is the biggest Borderlands game and the best, I would say, Borderlands game? Question mark. I know with the DLC still hasn't come out yet, but what they were able to accomplish with the base game, I'm very much impressed. And compared to Borderlands 2, I do have a soft spot with the Handsome Jack saga. Like, obviously they weren't going to be able to top that, but the story is still pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie here. It's still, I feel like they're equal with each other, Borderlands 3 and Borderlands 2. But there's just one character that I won't name that blames the entire crew instead of themselves for taking action to their own hands rather than doing what they're told, which leads to an unfortunate event which actually sort of triggers me now that I think about it. Screw that character. Worst character in Borderlands right now. Worse than Claptrap, that's saying something. But overall, I felt like the story was really good. On with that, so much loot, and sadly they fixed it. If you were playing this game like on launch, the loot system was just broke. The drop rate broke. I have gotten so many legendaries that I just couldn't fit them in my inventory, and I was very sad about it. The legendaries, though, are just so unique compared to like Borderlands 2 where they were just sort of a reskin. Like, these weapons are just sort of unique and have their own quirk to them, and I just like, I love the way they design these legendaries, and I can't applaud them enough for it because these legendaries are really good, and well, design wise, and they all just do different things rather than like, let's say, the purple variant of it. But there's just some that have their own unique style to them, which I find to be really, really satisfying. Hell, there's a gun that if you use iridium in, it just shoots out a bunch of weapons.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really perfectly fine, but you just can't get into it because
Also, moving past this, the gun sounds. The gun sounds are great, and it's just, you really hear the umph in them, rather than in Borderlands. Well, in Borderlands 2 you did hear them, but they sound more, I guess, like, bassier is how to exactly describe it. But it just sounds so much more satisfying to shoot a shotgun in that game rather than in Borderlands 2 per se. I've been using this one legendary shotgun for like most of the entirety of the game, and I can't stop using it because it sounds so damn satisfying. Music is another thing that I look at in games, especially with the Persona series rotting my brain. But really, the music in this game is actually noticeable and actually sounds good. The game itself is way too loud at points for you to actually appreciate the music that's going on in the background, but like sometimes you catch it and you're like, damn, this actually sounds pretty good. And that's saying something for a Borderlands game. Like usually with like Borderlands 2, I didn't really give a shit about the music, but Borderlands 3 has some boppin' tracks. Also graphically, I've gotta mention this. This is definitely a graphically impressive Borderlands game in comparison to the 2. Definitely like a step above, and I really can't help but appreciate that. Even though it's not, you know, a graphically intensive game, going off of the art style that this game's known for, it's definitely an improvement over the second one, and definitely has me appreciating it for how it looks. One the last thing though, Sanctuary 3 is cool. Let's just say that. I won't get into specifics, but later in the game you get a really funny AI running the ship, and I really do appreciate that aspect of it.
I shoved your ass in a hard drive and ejected the bitch.
So this concludes the Distressions. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. Anyways, it's been me, it's been fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Bro, I gotta say, I've been on a lot of crazy road trips. Your driving skills, they're tasty, bro. They're tasty! So, if you wanna ride sometime, you just let me know, bro. Bro trip!